Children, let's understand the story Sehar Goes Stargazing. On a cold day in November, Sehar and her father were heading towards Sariska. I'm sure, children, all of you would have heard about Sariska. It is a very small wildlife sanctuary which is situated in Rajasthan in Alwar. And Sehar, who stays in Delhi, leaves for Alwar at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the distance between Delhi and Alwar is only 175 km, which they thought that they would cover in 5 hours. However, they were not going to Sariska to see wild animals. But then why they were going to Sariska? They were going to watch the stars. They had star charts, they had good telescope with them. Telescope it is an instrument with which you can see far off objects, right? So they had telescope and they had set it out to look at Great Bear constellation. I'm sure, children, you all know what is constellation. Constellation is nothing but a group of stars, right? And they kind of creates one or the other pattern in the sky. So that's what they wanted to look in at the galaxy. They reached there in a dimly lit lodge. Lodge is nothing but a small motel, you can say. It was situated outside the sanctuary and they needed a place which is near to the sanctuary so that it is very easy for them to go into the sanctuary and arrange for their telescopes and all the other charts. Now, why they chose this sanctuary is because they wanted no artificial city light. They say that artificial city light might spoil the night view, so they chose this. Sehar set up her telescope and started focusing on various clusters of stars. And 5 minutes after gazing through her telescope, what did she found? She shouted, "Dad, look at this." Now, why did she say that? Her father also saw it. What was it? It was a comet. What is a comet? She asked. And why it is named like that? So, her father said that comet is a Greek word that means hair on the head. And that's why they named it, because when you see a star with fuzzy head, it is called comet. They are not actually stars, but children, comets do not have their own light. They reflect the light of sun just like how moon does. And Sehar asked, Dad, if comet isn't a star, then what is it? Dad explained to her that comet is like a ball of ice and dust and small pieces of rocks that goes around the sun. When they get too close to the sun, they start melting. Whenever we put ice near heat, it starts melting. Similarly is with a great cloud of gas and dust that goes streaming behind it. This is what appears to be the tail or the fuzzy head of comet. Now, most people have never seen a comet because either they are too far from us and they cannot be watched without a powerful telescope. So Sehar quickly asked, she was very inquisitive. She asked the dad who was the first one to discover it. Dad answered that it was first discovered by an English astronomer named Edmund Halley. He was the first one to see the comets and their movements. Now, some small comets melt completely and are never seen again, whereas some big ones, they reappear after some time. Right? So one particular comet that Halley saw was named after him, and he calculated correctly that it would appear every 75 years. Imagine a comet occurring every 75 years. The last time Halley's comet actually came near Sun and Earth was in 1986, children. And before that, it was 75 years back, that was in 1910. Even your grandparents were not born that time. So both the times, people all over the world stood outside to see it. The next time it is going to come near to the earth will be in the year 2061. Imagine how old you are going to be then. Sehar laughed at the thought and said, "Oh, that means, Papa, I have a lot of time to learn about the stars." Imagine, she is so inquisitive that she wants to learn about it. She said, "I want to be an astronomer and discover new things." Excellent, Sehar, obviously a proud father would say. In late 2011, scientists discovered another solar system with 2 suns and as many planets as our system. They have also discovered that Mars has 100 times more water than Earth. And then it was earlier. The universe is infinite and there is a lot more waiting to be discovered. Maybe since you want to be an astronomer, you might discover.